As I grab a quick sip of water, this is coming up a snapshot of learning management systems. I'm going to talk about this fashion trend that's all the rage right now. We're going to talk about some platforms and also how to determine the kind of criteria that you have when next you set out to go and create your own learning management system. Now, learning management systems really are, as I said, all the rage right now, and people are doing this left, right, and center. And I thought to start by maybe just looking a little bit at some of those trends, because things have changed so drastically in the last 12 months, particularly in this particular space. And if you had to go and look at some of those trends that are being predicted for 2021, then certainly remote training is on the rise. Something insane is happening in the space of micro-learning. People are finding more and more that it's easier to chunk away at small bits of information rather than doing large volumes of learning, while our lives are so very different at the moment, and a lot of people are working from home still or preferring to stay in this digital space online. So even companies are preferring to send people for online learning. And that is a huge opportunity. So if you've been working on some content, this is definitely something that you could look at. The trend tends to be more immersive in terms of content, to make it more interactive and to make it feel as if the user is in control of how the information rolls out. And so expanded functionality is becoming more and more a trend in all of the learning management systems that we're going to talk about tonight, and particularly in that space where things are becoming so personalized. There's a huge opportunity for trainers and coaches and speakers to get their material out there and speak to people in a one-on-one way, exactly as we are doing tonight, but also to make that a serious learning opportunity. So let's go and look at the kind of stuff that you can see right now in these learning management systems. I think this was my note that I wanted to add on employers that will increasingly, as a trend, provide flexible training options for their workforce. And I think many of the people, I think Joni could comment on that. I'm sure that she sees a lot of that in that space. I'm sure Tony sees a lot of that as well. And so here's the slide that I thought I was cutting to, which is really to talk about the kind of functionality that you already have. Now, more than just a learning management system or something that goes, here's lesson A, lesson B, and lesson C, and so on. Learning management systems have become insanely sophisticated, and now you can even handle databases, monthly payments, your subscriptions, and so on. It can all be run on these. In fact, many of the really good ones even offer you a complete website back and individual landing pages to different product that you have, including shops. So it really is becoming an amazing trend. And I thought to start by perhaps just talking about some of those big ones that are out there now. If you are going to search online, there are cajillions of these. They really are, and they have the oddest names. So some of the cool ones that are out there is Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi, which I just started investigating, looking at this last week or two. Very amazing. Google Classroom, Moodle, and so on and so on. So these are all Joomla LMS. I don't know why they write it like that, but it is a single word. And MindFlash are also some of them. LearnDash. It seems like a lot of people just caught on with that, and they're just going online and searching crazy things that match with Think or Learn or Edu. So what is it that you would look out for if you're going to select a learning management system for yourself? Well, I think it's important to have some form of criteria, and it's going to be very specific to your own personal need, of course, and also that of your clients and the potential audience that you want to speak to. So if you are going to make a quick checklist and see what that would be, I would suggest that you look at identifying that specific audience market that you're looking at and see what need to have features they would require. In other words, are they on mobile specifically? Are you working with a conservative bank that perhaps has firewalls and because of that cannot use certain types of systems? And also you have to figure out what the kind of interactive value is that you can get out of this, because some of the systems are a lot older and perhaps a little more complex and clunky. Some of the new ones are simply one button and go, and those are kind of criteria that I would say one would look out for. In most cases, you can then go and evaluate these according to your shortlist and figure out if there's a way to do a free trial. I would definitely suggest that. I have been working with Thinkific, and I have been telling everybody about how amazing Thinkific is, although I'm finding that in a specific space of subscription, they're not doing too great, because in South Africa, we're not supported by the specific payment systems, for example, that they have. So now that I'm beginning to change after the 2 years of playing around with this and thinking to go in the subscription route, this is becoming a bug for me, and I may be looking at a new system as well. So finally, also what you want to do is you want to go and double check with your clients, make sure it works. But I would say, to pin this section for you, I would go, one of the key things that I would want in my own checklist is for something to be intuitive. I can't tell you how much I hate it if one opens something and you don't automatically sense what it is that you need to do next. And because there are a lot of moving parts inside a learning management system, you have to make sure that it's something that feels intuitive. Because I'm a visual person, I want it to look great, so the interface needs to look grand and it needs to feel seamless and beautiful. And also, I want to know that I can build it myself, because I often want to move things fast, and because things change fast in our world, I often want to create things quickly tonight so that I can put that tomorrow in the course again. Or I learned something during a fantastic conversation. Just this week, I shot some incredible interviews with Paul Dutoit, who is also in the Professional Speakers Association, and he had some amazing insights in his book. And I'd like to add that in the next learning workshop, because again, it's something I want to share with the viewers. So it has to have a simple payment system integration, and it has to have good customer service. I want people to talk to me. I know we're in a digital age, and I know that we're working in a space where things can be done online completely, but when you're in a fix, you always want to find that there needs to be some technical person, not a bot asking you stupid questions. So that would be my criteria. I don't know what's on your list, but I would say start by creating that list of the kind of requirements that you personally have.